We got to remember that we are spirit beings. We're only in a body, and this flesh, this body, this temple that we are in is only temporary. But I like to look at this message in the spiritual aspect. So we may be taking in things into our spiritual bodies that's affecting ourselves, and it's causing us to be clogged up. It's causing our spiritual arteries to be clogged up. And if they keep clogging up, eventually we can catch a spiritual stroke or some kind of spiritual heart attack. I want to speak in a metaphorical term right now. So we got to be careful what we digest into our spiritual bodies. Picture it this way. You know how when you eat, in your eating habits, what happens if you eat fried foods? You get clogged up and you feel bloated. If you constantly, taking in a whole bunch of food, not in moderation, especially junk food, you get all clogged up. You don't feel right after you eat it. But on the other hand, when you're eating healthy foods, such as fruits, vegetables, healthy grains, drinking plenty of water, you're restoring your body. You're putting healthy nutrients inside of you, and it's not causing you to be bloated up. It's not causing your arteries to be clogged up either. And it's getting rid of all kind of disease out of you. It's getting rid of cancers out of your body. It's making diabetes go away. It's getting rid of diseases that you never even knew about, and it's flushing all those negative toxins out of your body. It's the same thing in the spiritual aspect. If we constantly indulge in certain sins, it could be any kind of sin, lying, not speaking truth, doing anything that's the opposite of God's nature. If we're doing any kind of sin today or in the near future, always remember this. If you're constantly taking in sin, you're going to be clogged up. Your arteries are going to be clogged up, and it's going to result in spiritual death. You're not going to be alive. So if we have anything that's causing us to, continue to sin and go the wrong way, let's go to Jesus and ask him to heal us from these kind of sins that's causing our arteries to be clogged up. Some of you are going through spiritual storms right now. And trust me, I'm a witness of this. I have witnessed this in the past, going through certain sins, and I was really not feeling well. I was spiritually in bondage, trapped in spiritual jail. And for a brief moment of time, it was kind of hard to get out of that. But I went to Jesus, and he worked in a process of deliverance through me. And he caused me to, really repent and really to humble myself. And he worked on me. So what I began to do, I began to, stay in his word and getting back and living fully in his holy nature the way I ought to be. And guess what happened? By taking in Jesus and his deliverance, his word, my praying unto him was like the vegetables and fruits that I mentioned earlier in this message. And it got rid of all the sins that I was doing. He delivered me from all kind of sins and all kind of evil and abominations that he hated, and those things that was hindering me from God. So let's ask God to take out any junk, take out all the spiritual fried foods and the sins that we were taking in, and those sins that was causing us to be clogged up in our spiritual arteries. Let's ask the Lord to deliver us from all these sins, so that way we can be free. That way we could be made whole. And we really got to repent. Now is the time to change. Remember, life is not promised. Tomorrow's not promised either. Now is the time to change. I hope you gained something from this message. May this message bring truth to your soul today. And I pray that you will continue to go forth in your walk with the Lord. Be strong and continue to be the lion that the Lord wants you to be. I go by the name of Brother Rob. You guys take care.